Namaste, angels. This is the weekly general reading for the period of today, Sunday, March 1st through Saturday to come, March 7th. Do subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. Hit the like button, all that kind of stuff. Continue to have tremendous and even new problems with YouTube. Last week it was likes disappearing, and even the number of views being lowered, that disappeared. And then I had like 35 subscribers. Yeah, 35 subscribers that YouTube says were like bogus people that like basically subscribed probably for the sake of being able to dislike my videos. It's pretty sick. But people that just continue to try to keep me off or to block me, to block me from being sort of like promoted by YouTube, for YouTube to like catch wind of my videos and make sure that they put them in the feed and continue to share it because people are enjoying it. So if you're not yet a subscriber, please do consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. Please remember to like the video, especially if you actually liked the video, you enjoyed it, and or you learned something from it, you got something from it. Please, help me out by liking the video. And what else is there to do? Share if you don't mind. That helps. I don't even like asking for this stuff. I don't even like the fact that it's necessary. I don't like anything of how YouTube works as it relates to what I do, because I think it's about a lot of like bells and whistles and stuff, and not necessarily talent, or more important than talent, actual psychic ability. And that's just no way to deal with, the spiritual realms and divination. But I digress. I thank you guys for showing up. Again, this is the weekly general reading for the period of today, March 1st through Saturday to come, March 7th. Nothing on the Hebrew, Christian, or Islamic calendars that we're going to discuss. Going straight to the planetary calendar, celestial calendar, beginning with March 4th at 6:07 a.m. when Mercury retrograde enters the sign of Aquarius. Also on March 4th, but later on that night at 10:07. So that's interesting, right? The first event is at 6:07 in the morning. And then later at 10:07 at night, 10:07 p.m., Venus enters Taurus at 0 degrees. We've been talking about all these events that have been occurring at 0 degrees. So those are the two things that I'm going to talk about a little bit further. And let's just get right into it. We'll do that right now, beginning with what it means for Mercury retrograde to be entering Aquarius. And for this, I've gone to www.tarot.com. It's an article written by the tarot.com staff on January 16th, 2020, or at least it was published on that day. The transit of Mercury in Aquarius retrograde, well, not necessarily retrograde, but Mercury in Aquarius extends from March 4th through March 16th. Mercury in Aquarius, progressive, observant, unconventional. In addition to being a brainy transit, Mercury in Aquarius is also a bit offbeat. Our thoughts will certainly be inventive, possibly to the point of being eccentric or downright weird. There's a fine line between being weird and being a genius, right? This ends up being a good thing, since we'll have the ability to look at life from a different angle and to gain fresh perspectives. And because Aquarius is very forward-looking, we may also spend time thinking about how to make our futures more bright. Our thoughts and ideas become more progressive when Mercury sets up camp in Aquarius. This sign is known for pushing the envelope, so when it pairs up with the planet of mental activity, we'll want to consider what could be rather than what is. We shouldn't be surprised if we come up with a few far-fetched and wacky ideas during Mercury in Aquarius. Aquarius is about remaining neutral and not letting our feelings get in the way of the truth. So when Mercury does this trek through his sign, we'll have the opportunity to view the things we're emotionally invested in through a more rational lens. That is so Gemini. Of course, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, but we have that ability of separating ourselves and our feelings from what is most logical, what is right, what is just. This approach could finally help us to see people and situations for what they really are. Expect a few aha moments courtesy of this dynamic duo. The one thing to watch out for during Mercury's time in this sign is hurting or neglecting other people's feelings. That's also very Gemini, because we're just blunt with it and we don't think about how somebody may be affected, somebody that's not like us, that's not prepared to just see the truth. The cerebral nature of Mercury in Aquarius can overpower emotions and rationalize them away, making it difficult to feel. It's possible that we'll lose touch with our sensitive sides, so we'll need to do our best to handle any conversations that we have during this time with care. When Mercury goes retrograde in Aquarius, not only will communication and travel get chaotic, but we can also expect an added dose of mayhem when it comes to our technology. After all, Aquarius rules electricity, technology, and the internet. So when Mercury goes retrograde in this sign, it's possible that we'll experience extra frustration with mishaps in these areas. To avoid making a purchase that leads to regret, hold off on buying any new electronics until Mercury goes direct. But there's an upside to Mercury's retrograde through Aquarius. It's a time when our most innovative ideas will go through an overhaul. If we had any out there thoughts, this is our chance to reassess them before we reveal them to the world. Our most powerful dreams and aspirations may come up for review, and we can use this transit to discard what we know is no longer working in our reality. It goes on to talk about what it means if you were born with Mercury in Aquarius. Again, I got this from tarot.com. Any and everybody can check it out for yourself. I'm going to move right along to Venus in Taurus, also from www.tarot.com. Sensual, romantic, and patient. This transit is from March 4th through April 3rd. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and traditionally rules both Taurus and Libra. She's the planet that's concerned with pleasure, whether that's pleasure in love or in our physical world. Tracking which zodiac sign Venus is in can help you to see which cosmic factors are influencing you and your significant other. Matters of the heart are a mystery, but passion planet Venus can give us a few clues. There's another important expression of Venus in Taurus too, money. These two appreciate the finer things in life, like good food, beautiful scenery, and luxury items. Taurus represents Venus's more tactile delights and the things two lovers can enjoy together. When this loving planet enters the earthy sign of Taurus, we're reminded of just how beautiful this world can be. Venus's presence in this patient zodiac sign signals a time of simplifying complexities, getting down to fundamentals, and rebuilding relationships from the ground up. This is an ideal time to bring love and money issues out into the open so that they can be dealt with directly and easily. Dating is delightful when Venus is in Taurus. It encourages us to slow down, live in the moment, and to find ways to enjoy the company of someone special. Maybe you and your sweetheart will cuddle up and watch a great movie, open a good bottle of wine, or feast on something delicious. This is the time when you'll both be in the mood to indulge your senses. Taurus is a security-oriented sign that seeks stability over torrid passion. That means when this planet and sign get together, we're more drawn to commitment than quick affairs or casual dating. If you want a relationship, or if you've had your eye on someone for a while, this could be the time when you two decide to take things to the next level. There's a possibility that our partnerships could get bogged down by the infamous stubbornness Taurus is known for when Venus is there. This is one drawback of this cosmic coupling that everyone should be mindful of. If you're in a relationship or on track toward commitment, this might be a time when it's more difficult for the two of you to move forward as a couple. Compromise can be difficult when you're dealing with the bull. If you're single, this is a time when you can feel some internal resistance to opening yourself up and to letting in someone new. Remember, a little bit of flexibility can go a long way. And this too goes on to talk about what it means if you were born with Venus in Taurus. If anyone would like to look it up, again, www.tarot.com is from where I got it. Moving on to the dice, we're beginning with Eat Cake. So congratulations or happy birthday to anyone celebrating. Try again. Could be a couple that's on their second attempt. What reading did I do yesterday? Oh, speaking of all that Taurus, I think it was the Taurus. I did all three earth signs, and judgment came up for at least two of them, if not all three. Judgment can be about a second time around. For some, this is probably in your relationship, not necessarily romantic relationships, but trying again, maybe a friendship somebody coming back or whatever. And maybe that's what you're celebrating. Maybe you're out to dinner, or maybe at an event is where you bump into somebody, or because of an event, you see somebody again from your past and, you know, spark up conversation. Also massage. Spirit still says try again. Romantic dinner, told ya. And cocktail to go along with it. So, moving right along. These are the advice cards I'm going to be using. It is the angel therapy cards, and we're beginning with crystals. The energy of crystals supports you and helps you with your present situation. Let's see what's behind it. Also upright. Vacuum away fear. Call upon archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, from your surroundings, the situation, and everyone involved. All right, next one's upside down. But something from your past life, or like I said, somebody could be coming back. And perhaps you'll be having a new beginning, a brand new beginning with that person. We're starting here with Major Arcana card 0, the Dreamer, which is the Fool in the traditional tarot. You're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. All right, behind it is Major Arcana card 3, the Empress, which does in fact represent the planet Venus and the signs that she rules. Taurus, Libra, and as it mentioned in the article, she is the more traditional ruler of those two signs. However, she's also the esoteric ruler of the sign of Gemini. So that one as well. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. The Empress is all about abundance, just being fertile with ideas, also like you talked about in the Aquarius bit that we read. You know what? So we saw those, but yeah, I'll shuffle again, especially since we have a little bit of time. Since I did not have to go over anything from any of the other calendars, I'll let you see me mix up the cards for old time's sake. I used to do all my shuffling and cutting live. Okay, more Venus. This is the Fool still too. Standing up. That's the Dreamer that we started out with. Still wanting to be seen, but more Venus, right? Queen of Earth, or more Taurus, perhaps. Thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Now, well, I might as well just show you. Again, continuing in the interest of time, Major Arcana card 15, Ego, or the Devil, crowns the masculine this week. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. A Capricorn could be particularly significant. Currently, Mars, the masculine planet of love and the planet of action and aggression, located in Capricorn. What else are we getting from here? And of course, traditionally, it is about feeling sort of bound to something, to a habit, negative habit, of course, or, you know, to fear, lacking confidence, being stuck in a toxic or codependent or codependent situation or relationship. Surrounding the masculine, Major Arcana card 12, Awakening, or the Hanged Man, which represents the sign of Pisces, where the sun is currently located, as is Mercury in retrograde. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. That means, like, while you have this break, while you feel like you're in limbo or there's an air in suspension, right? Nothing is moving. It gives you an opportunity to think, like, what do I want? I'm being myself. I'm being honest with myself about what I want, what my plans are, my future, my goals. That's the time to be real about it. Because when time picks back up, you can put some of those things into action. Masculine subconscious. So something's hanging in the balance, maybe. Could be a relationship. Could be a legal situation. Something where the masculine is feeling stuck, feeling bound. And, like I said, it could be like when there's a legal situation, it's like one's freedom is hanging in the balance, or a marriage or something, trying to wait for something to go through. There is a decision of some sort involved. If it is one's own decision, when you come to it, when you decide what it is you're going to do, you are guided to, hold firm to that decision and don't let anybody push you around and, talk you out of it unless you want to change your mind. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. We're not going to fight like every fight that comes up. Speaking of legality, I knew I felt it. Crowning the feminine. It is Major Arcana card 8, Justice, which also represents the planet Venus. In this case, more directly, the sign of Libra, which she rules. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So again, this could be for some people, this is about a marriage, probably a divorce, or some sort of other maybe family court issue. But it could be about any kind of legality, like business law, criminal law, whatever. It does not have to be about legality. Otherwise, it is about, again, making a decision. It can be about balance when you're talking about Major Arcana card Justice as well. And being fair and diplomatic. Trying to see from everyone's perspective, like we read about a moment ago, Mercury and Aquarius. Surrounding the feminine. It is the 8 of Fire, 8 of Wands. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over and many things are happening at once. And this is mirroring where we're feeling stuck and like we're in limbo. So all of a sudden, again, very quickly, the energy can pick up is what this is saying. Can be about communication and or like the universe working behind the scenes on our behalf and doing things. So while we think nothing's happening, there is no movement because we can't see it. Stuff is going on behind the scenes. And then, all of a sudden, boom. Like say, for example, you're waiting for something in the mail and it's just like, I still haven't even gotten, an email saying what's going to be the shipment date. And then, all of a sudden your doorbell rings and it's there already. And it's like, oh, they didn't even give me the tracking number. Something was going on behind the scenes. They were shipping it in the background, but to you, it appeared that nothing was happening. That's just a small example, but you can apply it in different ways. Feminine subconscious, the Ace of Water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. So again, this can be about some sort of legal situation. If it's about divorce, maybe the feminine gets the house. That could be the new home. Or this can be some other brand new start. It can be about the fact that, you're now single. And so you're having a fresh start all on your own. Brand new path that, you're walking for the first time on your own. This is also about, new friendships, new relationships. It'd be a job even, you can like that you fall in love with or that you are in love with. It's the thing you always wanted to do, having a baby. Ace of Water just represents a complete emotional fulfillment and like new beginnings. It can be about reconciliation too. So like, again, second time around, getting back together with somebody, but this is a fresh start for us. Crowning. It is another Major Arcana card 15, Ego. You may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. That reminds us that we are in control of our actions and reactions. And so it is an action to think about negativity, to be focused on negative emotions like the inability to forgive, for example, or guilt or blame or pride, ego, fear. All of those things, it's in our control to release those sort of feelings that we're harboring or not. So if you're focusing on negativity, you are in danger of manifesting negativity into your own life, self-fulfilling prophecies. Otherwise, again, this can be connected to a Capricorn and to very strong Capricorn and or Saturn energy surrounding you. At the root, foundation, it is the 2 of Summer. Again, something about a relationship. Even if you're not married, so if it's not an actual divorce, and there's definitely a number of couples that are at some sort of crossroads, or like this is the deciding moment, defining moment. in the relationship. Like, what are we going to do? And at least for the feminine, there is room for a fresh start. Either with the same mate, like resolving an issue, or with somebody new. At the heart of the matter, it is the Five of Autumn. So this is the feelings of loss or regret, even lack, fear of lack, so combinations of those. Focusing upon the negative, like I was just talking about. Or worrying about money or your career. Yeah, also things that the devil can be about, can block your progress. Because your trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to start your own business or to become self-employed. So until you get beyond these kind of feelings, you are in danger of, again, blocking your own blessings. And that looks like it's going to be mostly applicable to the masculine because he has his own devil here that is crowning him in addition to the one that it sits next to. Now, you all saw me shuffle these cards in like 10 different piles. So for the two devils to end up side by side, that is the message that the divine wants us to have. I will further clarify these cards though, all of them. Where this is not a romantic partnership, you could have a similar situation with a family member, a friend, a co-worker, right? Your job. Something that needs to be worked out. We need to try to get to a fair and amicable resolution. And that could be hindered. Those attempts to do that could be hindered by one or both of us holding on to negative emotions or cords of attachment. Crowning the masculine atop the devil is the Lovers. So this can be another card about a decision that has to be made. And it's sort of like your heart versus your head. They're fighting, right? The heart wants what the heart wants, as they say, but your head might be telling you that's not logical, it doesn't make sense. Don't do it. Major Arcana card 6, the Lovers, represents the planet Mercury and the sign of Gemini, which it rules. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. If you are feeling tied to something, again, you're not. We have choices, we have free will, we have freedom. It's up to you to decide what it is your heart and soul are telling you to do. And to be honest about that, like what the Hangman said, be like, keep it real with yourself. And then, act or make a decision accordingly. Not based on what other people desire, but what you do. That's the very clear message. Atop that Hangman, which is surrounding the masculine, is Major Arcana card 5, Unity. So for some of this definitely has to do with some sort of commitment. Very likely a relationship, not necessarily, again, romantic, but quite possibly. Major Arcana card 5, Unity, is the Hierophant in the traditional tarot, represents the sign of Taurus, totally. So this is like very Venus in Taurus, this energy that's coming up. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, to find a new teacher, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. A relationship that you're in, masculine, may not be working because you have grown in a different spiritual direction. You have maybe ascended beyond this other person, whether it is a friend or family member or romantic interest or your wife or husband or whatever. It could be as high up the chain as marriage. It's not working. Your vibrations don't align. That's why it's coming out like, well, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I feel stuck here. I feel like I can't grow here. So what the Hierophant can mean, in addition to commitments and contracts, and again, up to and including marriage, for me is about a need to make adjustments to the people, places, and things with which we surround ourselves. And there's a need to, again, be honest with yourself first, And then surround yourself with people, places, and things that match your vibration or are higher than your vibration, from which you can learn something and continue to grow. But to lower yourself, to lower your vibration to meet other people, stifles you, stifles your progress, blocks your blessings. This Queen of Earth, she's a nurturer. She tells us to nurture ourselves first and foremost, and then others. And to handle situations like that with care, to be very feminine in that sense, and soft and gentle, where we can be upfront and blunt with people, like, I need to take care of me. I need to do what's best for me. But at the same time, without being nasty and hurting the person. Also, I wanted to point out, well, it disappeared now, but it looked like Major Arcana card 19, the sun was sticking up and wanted to be seen. Is this it? No, it's the Dreamer again. Okay, I give up. I digress. Atop the Seven of Wands in the masculine subconscious is the Princess of Winter. So again, I think this is him trying to figure out how to voice a decision that he's made. Because the Princess of Winter or Page of Swords could be very, have the tongue that cuts, right? Cuts very deeply. Again, another card that represents the planet Mercury, very potentially, or the sign of Gemini, as well as Libra, Aquarius, and possibly Venus herself too. Logical, truthful, curious, and undiplomatic. This is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. So it is about just facing the actual truth and not, taking it personal. This can also be the masculine sort of mulling over some information, a decision that he's received, or information that he's received, to lead him to making a decision himself. Right? Pages bring news. The Page of Swords brings, that kind of information to you. Crown of the Feminine, atop Justice, is Major Arcana card 13, Release, or the Devil, which is the other one that I was just going to show you. Major Arcana card 19, the Sun, that was sticking up, and when I went to do it, it was 13, Death, that was actually showing. So here's another one. Of course, Death represents the sign of Scorpio in the tarot. It is about transitioning to a new phase. Again, some of you feminine about to embark on some sort of new path in life. And it may be that of a single woman. Again, you're getting divorced. So there's all kinds of possibilities here. You're starting your own business, entering some sort of commitment, signing some sort of contract or something. It's time to release the past, whatever this case is, however it applies, and moved on to something new. That's the Ace of Cups, right? That's the something new. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. Again, an emotionally fulfilled future with the Ace of Cups sitting there. Surrounding the feminine, atop the Eight of Fire, Eight of Wands, is the Four of Water. So here's the opportunities. And you're in potential to miss some, probably because you're focused on negativity too, with the Devil here crossing this. Missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. And atop the Ace of Cups, it is the Three of Autumn. So why are you getting this abundance? Because you deserve it. The Three of Autumn or Pentacles is about abundance that is earned. Very similar to Major Arcana card Judgment, which also represents the sign of Scorpio for me. Your most satisfying and profitable career or relationship, or really anything for that matter, comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. So it's mirroring this Devil for the masculine. And it's basically what I just said to him about making a choice for himself is what this is saying for you. Three of Autumn can have to do with some sort of progress at work or group at work specifically. But again, it's about abundance that's earned for me, and they can come from anywhere. That it can be ascension, which the Ace of Cups can also represent. So it can be like the universe or God is who's promoting you, giving you a raise, uplifting you, in which case it will show up some way down here too. Perhaps, again, in your work. It might translate to your job or your career. Crowning atop the other Devil is another Four of Cups. So now we have the Four of Cups crossing the Four of Cups. Again, y'all saw me shuffle these cards. Okay. So feminine, again, when I flipped this one over, I said that it was because of the devil that it was crossing. That's representing the fear and the negative thoughts that you're having that are going to potentially cause you to miss an opportunity. And then sure enough, the universe doubles down and gives us a Four of Cups with which to clarify the devil. So we both got to work on this Five of Cups that's sitting here, because that's like the real representation of the fear that we're holding on to. Get rid of that. Get rid of the negative emotions, the negative cords of attachment. And then we'll be able to better see and understand the opportunities that are surrounding us and not miss out on them. And realize that we're not stuck, right? We're not prisoners. You know, we have choices, we have rights, we have free will, and we can make decisions. At the root, foundation, top the Two of Cups. It's the Seven of Pentacles, the planning, resources, and efforts that you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next steps. And at the heart of the matter, atop the Five of Autumn, is the Queen of Winter, the Queen of Swords. Experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. This is, you know, like another version of, again, Venus herself. All of your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, to clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, or to disengage from people, masculine, what I just told you about this Hierophant card, from people who create more drama than happiness. The Queen of Winter is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So remember, Aquarius is important this week. Mercury moves there. It could be Mercury himself. It could be Aquarius. It could be Gemini. It could be Libra. It could be Venus. Or someone likened to those traits or attributes. More importantly, the Queen of Winter, Queen of Swords, is somebody who can cut out these feelings. Right? She is known in the tarot as the feng shui queen. So she's really awesome at cutting the people, places, and things, again, with which we surround ourselves that don't, aren't conducive to our growth, with which our souls don't align. She's good with cutting that stuff off. That's our focus this week. And the key is to allow yourself to transition to the next phase and to not try to hold on to stuff from the past. You know, especially not to please other people. Not the week to be a people pleaser at all. And I'm sure that's because of Aquarius. Further advice, maybe a way to pick yourself up and your spirits to get out of this kind of funk is to work with crystals. Again, the energy of crystals supports you and helps you with your present situation. But also, Archangels Michael and Raphael want you to vacuum away fear. Call upon them and ask them for help in lifting away fear-based energy, like these two devils. To take it from you, your surroundings, the situation, and everyone involved. Further advice to the masculine from the healing angels is the throat chakra, which this can also be about. This can be him deciding to speak up, to say something, to let somebody know how he feels. Good, bad, or indifferent. The angels are helping you to lovingly speak your truth. And this is very air also, right? The air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, they rule communication. And so this throat chakra will be connected to them. For the feminine, have you asked your angels for help with this? Your angels want to help you with this situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. But I kept saying, all right, I kept saying we have free will We don't have to feel stuck here. But we're not alone either in trying to figure out how to get unstuck. So you can ask your guides, your ancestors, your angels, whatever you choose to call them, for help with this. From the Angel Tarot to the masculine, the Four of Fire, Four of Wands, contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life and the successful completion of a project is what you can have once you rid yourself from the negative, funky energy that's surrounding you here. Feminine, the Knight of Earth, who is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. He's also perhaps a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Again, maybe even Venus herself. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. I was stuck on that for a second because we just saw about asking the angels for support. And this is another reminder that you have a guardian angel. But there may be somebody very specific in your life, and perhaps a direct earth sign, that you're meant to ask for some sort of help. Or maybe just a listening ear. A Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in your life. You know, an earth angel. And for the masculine, the Five of Summer. Focus upon the fact that God loves you and always has the highest of intentions for you. A positive outlook. This is another message saying to get out of the funk and to stop holding on to negative thoughts, because you're at risk of creating self-fulfilling prophecies, manifesting negativity into your own life that the universe doesn't mean for you to experience. A positive outlook makes it easier to recover from life's little difficulties so that you can move onward and upward. And lastly, for the feminine, a very Piscean or Neptunian card, the Seven of Summer, Seven of Cups. It's time to stop procrastinating and to make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart, just as I suggested for the masculine. Hope you guys have enjoyed the weekly general reading. I will be back with love. I also plan to do readings for possibly all of the other signs. I already did the earth sign, but certainly I would like to do Pisces and Aries. Pisces because it is their birthday month, Aries because theirs is coming up. So I'm not sure if I will have already posted those by the time I post this video, you know, in what order I'm going to do it. So I'm just going ahead and throwing it out there. Again, please do like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you'd like any services from me or merchandise or just to be my friend on Facebook or something, or social media in general, all the information to do that stuff will be in the description box below. I'll be back shortly. Namaste.